5 types of women you must avoid. Some women don't need your love. They need your wallet, your time, your healing energy, or your patience to carry baggage that wasn't yours to begin with. And if you're not sharp, you'll mistake neediness for affection, manipulation for desire, and brokenness for beauty. This video isn't about hating women. It's about helping men protect their peace, their pockets, and their purpose. Because the wrong woman won't just waste your time. She'll drain your soul, kill your confidence, and leave you questioning your worth. We're diving deep into 5 types of women you must avoid at all costs. Not because they're evil, but because they're emotionally or psychologically unavailable, financially unstable, or driven by hidden agendas that'll leave you emotionally bankrupt. If you're a man who values himself, his mission, and his future, this one's not just advice, it's survival. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk like grown men do. 1. A poor broke lady. Avoid women who are broke. Not just financially, but emotionally dependent on men to fund their survival. When a woman is in survival mode, love isn't her priority, money is. She doesn't need a boyfriend, she needs a bailout. If you show up talking about love while she's worrying about rent, don't fool yourself. She's calculating how much value you bring to her pockets, not her heart. A woman like this is looking for a sponsor, not a partner. She doesn't want romance, she wants relief. Her affection is transactional, her loyalty is negotiable, and her love language is gifts, not connection. If you're not constantly paying her bills, sending her transport fare, or topping up her data, she'll withdraw emotionally and sexually, like a business that's no longer profitable. Every gesture becomes an invoice. Want her to visit? Pay up. Want sex? She suddenly needs help. Want her attention? That'll cost you airtime. Dating her is like being locked in a private escort arrangement, except you're the only one emotionally invested. No matter what you give, it will never be enough, because what she truly wants is financial independence, not your affection. And the moment a man with deeper pockets appears, she'll ghost you like last month's unpaid subscription. A mature woman should be able to stand on her own 2 feet, emotionally, mentally, and financially. If she can't support herself, she can't build with you. And if she sees you as an ATM, you're not her lover. You're just a temporary lifeline. 2. The single mother. This one's not about judgment, it's about clarity. Choosing to date a single mother comes with real, complex layers that most men underestimate. Her life isn't just hers anymore. It's intertwined with the needs, emotions, and schedules of her child or children. You're not just dating her. You're stepping into a dynamic where her kids will always come first, and rightly so. But here's the truth most men won't say out loud. Loving a single mother can feel like loving someone who's emotionally rationing herself. She's been through things, abandonment, heartbreak, loss, and those experiences shape her walls. She may care for you, but there's often a part of her heart you'll never fully access because it's already claimed. And unless you're financially stable, emotionally mature, and ready to step into a role you didn't create, she probably won't even consider you seriously. Because what she needs isn't romance, it's reliability. Many single moms are not looking to fall in love. They're looking for stability, support, and a man who can add peace, not pressure. If you're not ready to carry that kind of weight, you'll either be silently resented or emotionally sidelined. That doesn't make her a bad person. It just means she's on a different path. And you need to ask yourself, are you showing up to be a partner, or are you unknowingly signing up to be a provider, therapist, and stepdad rolled into one? Be honest with her, but especially with yourself. 3. A woman who's in love with another man. One of the most emotionally draining women you can get involved with is the one whose heart belongs elsewhere. You might be the one texting her good morning, sending her gifts, making plans, doing everything right, but if she's emotionally tied to another man, especially one who barely gives her attention, you're fighting a losing battle. There are always 2 men in a woman's emotional world. The man she truly loves and the man who truly loves her. If you're not the first, you'll never win her heart. She may enjoy your attention, use your presence to heal her wounds, or even let you into her bed, but she's thinking of someone else while she's with you. Her loyalty is emotional, and that bond is hard to break. You'll notice the signs. She talks about him often, compares you subtly, keeps a piece of herself locked away. You'll feel it in her hesitation to commit, her cold moments, her indifference to your efforts. You'll be an emotional placeholder, a safety net, not a man she desires, but one she tolerates. That kind of woman won't fight for you because her heart is already busy aching for someone else. And the sad truth is, even if you love her deeply, she won't love you back, not the way you want. So don't beg, don't chase, and never put yourself in a position where you're auditioning for a role in someone else's love story. If a woman says no, believe her. If her heart is elsewhere, let her go. Love yourself enough to walk away from a woman who's already emotionally taken. Because no matter how much you invest, you'll always be second place. 4. A woman who's surrounded by too many men. Be cautious with a woman who constantly surrounds herself with male attention, because whether she admits it or not, she thrives on being desired. These are the women whose phones never stop buzzing, whose DMs are filled with just friends, who would sleep with her in a heartbeat, and whose social circles are male-dominated by design, not coincidence. She says she just gets along better with guys. But what that often means is she enjoys the power and validation that comes from having men orbit her. Even when she's in a relationship, she keeps these men close, not out of loyalty, but as emotional or sexual insurance policies. These men aren't just friends. They're backups, admirers, and silent contenders for her attention. And when you have a disagreement, when she's feeling bored, or when you stop giving her the high she craves, she'll start testing those waters. Women like this rarely practice true emotional monogamy. They need constant external affirmation to feel alive. And if she has options lined up like a revolving door, don't kid yourself into thinking your love will make her settle down. When she gets bored or annoyed, she won't fix things with you. She'll simply slide into another man's energy. Being with her is like competing in a game you never agreed to play. If she can't prioritize emotional boundaries and commitment over attention and ego-stroking, walk away. Because no matter how deep your love is, it won't matter to a woman who always keeps the door open for another man to walk in. 5. The hardline feminist who rejects masculine leadership. Avoid getting romantically entangled with a woman who sees masculinity as competition rather than complement. When a woman is heavily invested in challenging male authority, constantly questioning your role as a man, and resists the idea of masculine leadership in a relationship, you're signing up for endless power struggles, emotional tension, and a lack of peace. Relationships thrive when there's polarity. Masculine energy leads, feminine energy flows. But when you're with a woman who refuses to embrace that balance and is instead fixated on being equal in every way, including control, decision-making, and even intimacy, you'll find yourself in a constant battle for dominance, not partnership. She doesn't want to follow your lead. She wants to lead you. She'll interpret your confidence as arrogance, your assertiveness as toxicity, and your desire to lead as oppression. The result? Sex becomes stale, arguments replace affection, and you're left feeling emasculated, unheard, and exhausted. A woman who cannot respect your role as a man, who sees submission as weakness and softness as surrender, isn't ready to love deeply. Love requires trust, not constant resistance. If she treats you like a rival instead of a partner, you'll never feel like her man. You'll feel like her opponent. A strong woman can still honor a strong man, but when her ideology refuses to let her be led, cherished, or even held without resistance, she's not seeking love, she's seeking control. And no man truly thrives in a relationship where he feels like he has to fight for the very position nature wired him to lead from. Conclusion: the woman you choose can make or break your life. She can build with you or bleed you dry. And while society loves to tell men to man up and provide, very few are telling men to discern. You don't owe your time, your body, or your resources to women who can't meet you on equal emotional ground. Love is powerful, but without wisdom, it becomes a trap. Avoiding these women isn't about being cold, it's about being conscious. Because as a man, your energy is currency, and not everyone deserves a seat at your table just because they look good sitting there. If this video hit home, drop a comment below. What kind of woman have you learned to avoid? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a brother who needs to hear the truth. Stay sharp. Stay sovereign. And remember, peace with the right woman is heaven, but hell with the wrong one will humble you fast.